My soul longs for you. My soul longs for you. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do. My soul longs for you. My soul longs for you. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do. You see, we tend to sing that as if from us. And we want our soul to long for God. And we're a bit discouraged that we're not there. But it's not important enough to us. But in fact, the bigger reality is that God sings that for us. His soul longs for your lovely, complete company. You might not be complete yet. You might not be ready for heaven yet. But you're a child of God. And we love our children. How much more God? So He longs for your appreciation, your affection, your thankfulness. He longs for your joy in Him. He has joy in us because we're His children, and He's chosen to have joy in us. If you knew how much that meant to Him, how much He longs for our appreciation and our longing for Him, if you knew how much this wonderful person, our Heavenly Father, longs for us, you would be overwhelmed, absolutely devastated that you had not responded earlier. In other words, if He let you know how much He loves you and longs for you, you would have no choice but to long and love Him, long for Him and love Him. So He doesn't do that, because He wants you to come of your own free will, realizing that He is, well, quite simply worth everything and far more. That you love Him whether you know He loves you or not. And that's why, you see, in a sense, you should not tell your loved one you love them, because that puts them under an obligation. You should just love them. Don't tell them. They won't notice it until they want to notice it. And when they do want to notice it, it will be out of a pure and appreciative heart, with no bondage, no pressure, no stress, if you like. Not because they're cornered by your love, but because they're just overcome with appreciation for you. And then you will be happy. That sounds a weak word, doesn't it, happy? Then you'll be ecstatic. You'll be just so deeply, deeply happy in your being, because they love you as you love them. And that is how God is to you. Now, should I therefore not tell you? Well, fortunately, you won't believe me, you see? You'll say things like, oh, I'm not sure about that, Marshall. It's a nice idea. Yeah, well, that's Marshall, isn't it? Yeah, that's Marshall, isn't it? Stay with me. Thank you, Heavenly Father.